and I am taking you on our home studio tour today, and as well as breaking down each gear that we have to make all the sounds professional and clean. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So we are definitely going for a very minimalistic approach in our studio setup as well as decoration here, just because we want to keep a very fresh, non-clutter type of vibe. So a huge shout out to Izzy Guerra. He is the person who's behind putting all these gears together. With his Grammy award winning engineering background, the man sure knows what he's doing. So he put all this together to create a very simple setup but very efficient in producing high quality sounds, just like as you would if you go to a really expensive studio. So yeah, it's super grateful for that. So we're going to get into gears and equipment breakdown. So the first thing I'm going to get into is definitely the right mic for you. This Townsend L22 condenser microphone, it is a must-have in my opinion, because it emulates so many different sounds of microphones that are like tens of thousands of dollars, and according to Izzy, it sounds not that much of a difference from all the ones that he uses in the studio, that actually the mic that this one emulates. And guys, I love it because I can choose different mics to bring out different style vocals I want for particular style of music or genre of songs that I would try to write to. So yeah, I highly recommend this one so much. So if you are looking into getting a mic, investing into one, this will be the one to look at. Definitely do your research though, you know what I mean? Next we have this really cool professional recording booth in one little portable box like this. It's made out of leather and these really nice paddings that basically when you're inside, everything just kind of brings center in the middle where you don't hear any echoes as you'll be out here. So which is why it is such a great find for our space, because it's really nicely tucked away in the corner, and visually it just looks really nice. It has a very ergonomic approach, I feel, to the design and its functionality. So yeah, I mean, obviously you can get the same thing regarding the vocal production effect with this booth, by going to a closet that's filled with clothes and record in the dark that way. I mean, that works too, and believe me, I've done it many times before. But if you're ready to be in the market to get something like this to upgrade your studio gear, I highly recommend this ISOVOX too, because this is really has been a really nice creative tool for me to keep my creative flow going. So we have our Genelec. It is basically a giant little speaker. That's what I call it, because it looks so tiny, it's about the size of my hand, but guys, it's packed a punch. And the only thing is it doesn't have the bass. So if you're looking for something bassy, this would not be it. But if you have a home studio setup, this would be perfect, because it won't have that bass to travel to your neighbors, and but it still give you plenty of mids and plenty of your tweeter, which is the high end. So yeah, it gives a really nice tone, and it's approved by Izzy, and he's had this for a few years now, and he swears by it when he needs to use it. And it's really portable enough for you to be able to travel with it if you have to. But honestly, we've just been having it here on our desktop space, and it's great too. It doesn't require a stand, so the quality is impeccable. And we have this Apollo Twin Interphase. This is a little processing powerhouse that where everything connects through, like plugins, programs, and everything, that it runs smoothly, so that your computer doesn't have to work all this load that has to work here. So it allows everything to run smoothly like butter. And this guy right here, this Faderport from Presonus, oh my god, don't underestimate this little one channel strip mixer, because this is life-changing. Basically it helps me mix my tracks really easily and fast, so I'm not there with a mouse trying to find it in the screen, and it's sometimes that can get very frustrating and time can just tick by so fast and your creative flow is disrupted with, then your time is wasted with all that extra work you gotta do to get to the same thing. So this thing brings that bridge closer to your creative flow. And of course, how can we have a studio space without a nice little creative crystal? Shout out to DJ MK. She gifted this to me years ago and I still treasure it so much. I love it. Thank you, girl. And we have this keyboard right here. It's like a really old one too. We definitely want to upgrade to like a Akai one with all the colorful buttons, square buttons that we can program like drums in. That would be cool. For now, I'm just programming drums and stuff onto this this thing, so that, I mean, it works too. But yeah, it's just small and it's perfectly tucked away in a little corner, not bothering anybody. So for now, this is really awesome. I think Izzy's had this forever, and now he's, you know, upgraded to bigger things. He's got like these huge ass, like I think 80 keyboard or 100 keyboard, 100 keyboard from Akai, and he's like loving them. So good for him. I'm still mostly creating my my production with a lot of splice sounds, and sometimes I would just use a sample, or I'll just chop it up inside the Logic, or I'll just like chop it up and program it to the key so that I can like beat it out, the rhythm or melodies or whatever. So we have our monitor here. It is nothing fancy, you guys. It's just a regular old monitor that we have had, and I use it to have a bigger screen to house all the tracks that I have in each session. So it helps me a lot to not be trying to cram everything into a smaller screen and struggle with maneuvering around the application. So yeah, that's our screen. Again, nothing fancy. You can have like $100 one or whatever one that you already have. So these are the headphones that we're using. This headphone is a very standard headphone that you find anywhere you go in studios, professional studios. These are like flat. They don't have a lot of bass or high ends to it, so it's just like a perfect translation of the sound that you're trying to emulate. So I like these, and they work. We have these for a long time now, so you know I'm about that efficiency, guys. And lastly, we have this Herman Miller chair. It is definitely, in my opinion, a necessity. But obviously, if budget is something that you're trying to be conscious about towards music gear, but this would be like something I would say invest in towards like the long term. Definitely consider something really nice like this to support your posture and your back when you're sitting there for hours working. Honestly, my back hasn't been hurting much at all by sitting in this chair working, because sometimes I'd be like sitting in this chair for like hours in the studio at night, right after Maya goes to sleep around 9 or 8 o'clock, and I'd be like here till like 6 in the morning and my back would still be fine. So I really recommend this chair if you are going to be working long hours in anything really. But like, yeah, but with music, time literally just flies by and you're not realizing that you might be in a bad posture with a different chair, you know. But it really helps support like that good posture. As you can see, like as you sit in it, it just hugs around your back and everything just kind of have that like that springy cushiony vibe. So I love it. This is a must-have. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel again for future videos coming up your way very soon. I'll see you later. Bye.